I applied for my permanent residence I-480 on the Common Card a few days ago, but I have my advanced parole and I was thinking about leaving the country. But then in 2012, I had a criminal charge of possession of marijuana, and that charge's final disposition was not guilty, and my plea was not guilty.
If you were not guilty, then you can travel. It has nothing to do with what you were charged with. It has to do with the final disposition. So you were charged with possession of marijuana. I assume it was a small, simple amount, and you were found not guilty, and that's your only case. You're free to travel.
Okay, so when I come back, they're not going to give me problems at the border?
I can never guarantee you they won't. When you say a problem, they have the right to ask you, and what you should do is bring your disposition with you from the court.
Okay.
You don't have to show it to them. You don't even have to bring it up. But if they do ask you, say, here's my disposition, case was dismissed. Let me in.
Okay,
all right.
Awesome.
That's simple.
And I got a reckless driving charge last year, but it was a no-lay prosecute.
Then also bring that as well, because that's also dismissed.
Okay, awesome.
And stop
Thank you so much.
getting in trouble, man, because you're not going to get so lucky the third time.
I'm filing without my husband. I got my social and my work permit, but on the work permit, it said I can travel in and out of U.S.
You have advanced
Is that
parole.
possible?
If it's advanced parole on your work permit, the answer is yes. Don't stay out for more than 2 or 3 weeks.
But no, they're telling me now, when I called the lawyer, he said that for me to get this green card, it's going to be about 3 years. Is that possible?
Possible. It'll also
2
be
to
tomorrow.
3 years.
We see interviews coming in 6-9 months. I just saw that I told the woman it was going to be 9 months. And she got her green card start to finish in 5 months. I've seen other people take 3 years. So I don't know. We don't know. We don't know.
Okay.
Is my application considered abandoned if I travel with a pending AP renewal, even if I have valid AP?
If you have a valid advanced parole, you can travel it. You have not abandoned your adjustment. If you have no valid advanced parole and just a pending application for a new advanced parole, you have abandoned your adjustment. You will not be allowed back in America.
Why does immigration delay someone that travels with advanced parole at port entry in the U.S.?
Why do they delay? Because they found you inadmissible, or your name comes up with a red flag check that they have to bring you into a secondary inspection.
If I file for parole and refugee document for emergency traveling, how long would it take?
What is your status right now? Do you have a pending adjustment of status? Do you have an asylum?
I have an asylum.
When were you granted your asylum?
2019.
Okay, how come you haven't filed for adjustment of status?
I have already filed for...
Okay, you have. Do you have a passport from your home country? You have nothing?
No.
All right,
I didn't.
so you need to apply for a refugee travel document and advance parole. You need both.
How long is it going to take?
It's going to take probably 6 months. What's the emergency?
I have not seen my little boy whom I left home.
That's not, then you should have done this a while back. You could have filed for your travel document since 2019. They're going to say, sorry. File it now, do it now.
I'm just calling for a friend because she doesn't speak much English. I'm trying to help her out here.
Sure.
So to file her VAWA, besides the 360, she just needs to send a 485, 765, and I-131, right?
Correct.
She just got her work permit and advanced parole, but since she's going to file for the divorce, can she use that advanced parole between now and the time she files the I-360, or it's going to be voided?
She has a pending adjustment. As long as she has a pending adjustment, she can use the advanced parole. If she files the I-360, when she gets the receipt for the I-360, she should write the immigration office where the pending adjustment is, let them know that she's converting her adjustment from an I-130 adjustment to an I-360 adjustment. She wouldn't even need to file a new adjustment application.
But between that time from the
as
divorce,
long as you have a
I-360.
pending adjustment, she can travel. Would I travel safely without filing the VAWA? I wouldn't, because she's in the process of getting divorced. She leaves. There's no guarantee that the adjustment is still pending while she's out of the country. Maybe they deny it, and now she has a problem when she comes back. She goes, well, I'm filing a VAWA. Well, where is it? How come you didn't file it? So file the VAWA first and then travel. That's my advice.
Okay, because I was thinking it's not really clear when you read about it. The parole from the first adjustment, and I believe it's going to expire, right? Because it's only valid for 1 year. And I'm pretty sure she's going to want another one from the I-360, the second parole, right?
No. The parole is based on a pending adjustment. It's not based on an I-360. It's the I-360.
But can you get a parole?
Yes, it's the I-360 that keeps the adjustment pending, which allows her to apply for the advanced parole. Is it okay to travel on advanced parole as much as you like? You can travel as much as you like in terms of multiple times. So it's multiple entries in and out of the United States. That's okay because advanced parole is always multiple entries. Double check it on your advanced parole form that's what it says, but it's what it should say. And that advanced parole document is good until the expiration date. So don't travel after the expiration date. But it's also advanced parole is for short, innocent, and brief trips abroad. What's short, innocent, and brief? 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks. That's short, innocent, and brief. Months and months and months staying out of the U.S. and then trying to return on advanced parole is a little more sketchy.
I have an advanced parole. I have a VAWA pending, no prima facie yet. I'm trying to see if I can go home with the advanced parole. But my fear is this. When I came over here as F1, I married under 2 months of my arrival into the United States.
Yeah, you're going to be allowed to travel on the advanced parole and come back, but ultimately your adjustment's going to be denied for misrepresentation on the marriage, or likely to be denied, or certainly you're going to be questioned about what your intent was when you came here on the student visa, but you would need to perhaps, you have to see what immigration says, perhaps file a waiver. Certainly there's a rebuttable presumption that you came here to go to school and changed your mind and got married in 2 months, but you're going to have to be able to prove that when you entered America, your intent was to go to school and not get married. Regardless of that, that issue is not going to be determined when you travel on advanced parole and come back. So you're free to travel. That's going to be determined at your interview. And I would suggest getting a good lawyer. Thanks for watching. For more Brad Show Live, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.